And we're going to all start in a seated meditation. So you'll come into an easy cross-legged position and you can allow your palms to face down. You might have to wiggle in the arms and take a few shoulder rolls, just depending on how your day's been going before you can allow yourself to settle into stillness. When you're ready, go ahead and close the eyes, or you can partially close your eyes. And take a few breaths, breathing in through your nose, and breathing out through the mouth to release any tension or stress. Taking an inhalation through the nose without sucking in your nostrils. Relax at the top and then open up the mouth and exhale all of your breath out. Do that one more time on your own. Now, as you'll flutter your eyes open, you'll come to settle your right ear to your right shoulder. You have the option to stay like this, or you can intensify this a little bit more by bringing your right hand to the left side of your head. You can stay with your left hand on your knee, or you can extend your left arm out diagonally away from your body. Your fingertips are going to flex towards your face. Relax in your forehead, in your eyebrows, your eyelids, cheeks, and jaw. Now, if you've extended the left arm out, bring your hand to knee. Keep your ear towards the shoulder and bring your right hand to the right side of your head and then press your head up. As you'll release your right hand to knee, left ear, left shoulder. Option to stay here or option to bring your hand to the right side of the head. Option to extend the right arm out. It's interesting how most of us respect some things and not others. You might pay attention to an important business meeting, but not to your child or partner or roommate or friend when they're talking to you. You might watch the latest Netflix movie, but you can't hear the birds singing outside. Take one more breath in and a breath out. Go ahead and bring your hand to the knee and then bring your left hand, left side of the head to lift your head up. Let both hands come to rest onto the knees and let your chin fall towards the chest. Come to create half neck circles. Let your chin slowly roll to each shoulder, left and right. You might notice the steps you take when you're playing a game of footy or on a jog, but you might not even notice your footsteps when you take the garbage out. Go ahead and let your chin fall to chest. Lift your head to look forward. You're going to come onto your hands and your knees. Your practice, this practice of yoga, it constantly reminds us that everything is worthy of our attention. You're going to come to bring your wrists underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips. Fanning out the fingers, we're going to tuck the toes And dip the navel and lift the chest to come into the cow posture. So you're drawing the chest through the arms and bringing your shoulders away from your ears. Now you're going to untuck your toes and come to cat pose, chin to chest, arch in the back. Come to tuck the toes, dip your navel, inhale, lift your chest through the arms, tailbone scoops up. Untuck toes, chin to chest, round in the spine, breathe out. Again, tuck your toes, dip your navel, inhale, lift your chest. Untuck toes, chin to chest, exhale. One more time, tuck your toes, dip the navel, inhale, rise in your chest. Untuck toes, exhale, come into cat. Keep your toes untucked and come to neutralize your spine. You're going to come to rest down onto your right forearm. And then you're going to bring your right hand over to where your left hand is. So now the outer of our right forearm is parallel to the top of the mat. We're going to keep the hips over the knees, tailbone scoops up like you just felt in that cow posture. And you're going to crawl your fingertips forward. And you're going to stay onto your fingertips as you rest your forehead onto your forearm. So in a variation of melting heart, your chest comes towards the ground. You should be feeling a stretch in your left armpit. Every breath, these times of your life, this moment here, we're trying our best to make contact. Breathing in and out through the nose only. I want you to begin to experience the pure energy of concentration. To help you develop and strengthen your ability to stay with this task. Go ahead and lift your forehead off of the forearm. Slide your left hand in so you can press into the floor and rise back up to a tabletop posture. You'll rest down onto your left forearm. Bring your hand over to where your right hand is, and then crawl like a spider. Your right fingertips forward. Stay on your fingertips, and then rest your forehead onto your forearm. I guess it's essential for you to recognize what your intention is for creating this space today. Because to deepen your relationship with yourself or to develop a sense of well-being, your mind needs to possess the ability to remain focused for as long as it's necessary to accomplish your goal. What is your goal for this 45 minutes? Soften the skin on your face. Come to lift your forehead off of your forearm. Slide your right hand in. Come up onto all fours, a tabletop posture. So we're going to keep the lower body as it is, but you're going to begin to shift your hips back towards the heels. Now your forehead is not most likely going to touch the ground. I'm going to create just a little bit of movement. You're going to come forward onto your hands and your knees. And we're just going to allow the belly to come towards the ground, lift in the chest. So just let the bottom part of your body be relaxed. So stay here, breathe in, and then go ahead and round in the spine. Sit back towards your heels, breathe out. Come forward, so kind of let your belly sag, and then draw the chest through, relaxing the lower body, looking up, and then breathing out, sit back towards your heels. We'll do that 2 more times. Go ahead and just take it on your own. There's no need to hurry. Gentle movement. Next time you sit back to the heels, come to rise up into a tabletop posture, and then find child's pose. In this variation, however, your knees are going to come out wide. Big toes are going to come together to touch. Now, know you have the option of just keeping the arms extended forward and resting your forehead to floor. Alternatively, right arm forward. You thread your left arm underneath the right, and then you're going to release your outer shoulder and the side of your head to the ground. Now you can relax this right elbow. You could come into a half bind, rise your right arm up, palm would face behind you. Bend at the elbow and bring your fingertips towards your left thigh. You want to slightly tuck your chin in towards your chest. Go ahead and bring the right arm forward if you're in a bind. And then switch. Left arm extends, right arm threads under, releasing the outer shoulder and the side of your head to ground. Find the placement of your left hand so this is comfortable for you. Distraction and refocusing, they're natural. And it's going to occur over and over again during this practice, just as it does in daily life. But every time you refocus, you're strengthening your mind's ability to remain undistracted for longer periods of time. So, with time and patience, you'll find yourself able to remain present and undistracted. This is attention and concentration training. Go ahead and bring your left hand to ground. Extend the right arm forward. Come to rise up onto your hands and your knees. Settle your knees to rest directly underneath your wrists. Your knees underneath your hips. And your wrists underneath your shoulders. Just rock your hips side to side to help in the circulation of blood. Child's pose, it is a hip opener. And then as you're going to come to pause in the center, we're going to keep the legs as they are, but I am going to come to weave in a bit of movement once again. So you're going to send your hips back towards your right heel. And as you shift back, we're going to double pulse. And then you're going to shift back to the center to stack your shoulders directly over your wrists. And then you'll take it to your left. Send your hips to left, double pulse, come back to the center. Sit your hips back to your right, double pulse, inhale, back center. Left, exhale, double pulse, breathe in center. We'll take this 2 complete sets on our own. So go ahead and take this side to side, aware of what you're doing and how you're doing it. Once you're done with your left side, you'll come to pause in the center. Now you're going to pick your right hand up in a hover and then turn your fingertips away and then towards you and then gently release your hand down. Now you might find like I need to bring my knees a little bit closer to my hand. And then you're going to pick up your left hand in a hover and then turn your fingertips towards you and then release down. Now this might be enough for you. If, however, you want a little bit more, you can shift your hips slightly back behind the knees. Breathe into your wrists. Explore any sensation you're experiencing. Stay with your breath. It's going to help strengthen your ability to remain undistracted. Take 3 more breaths in and out through your nose only. You might be in the Ujjayi breath, hearing the oceanic sound in the back of the throat. Take an inhale. Stay here, relax. Exhale. Relax. One hand at a time, you'll lift it up and turn your fingertips to point forward. And then you're going to come to walk your hands in and sit all the way up onto your heels. Bring your palms together, interlace your fingers, and find twists and turns in any direction. And then take this in the opposite direction. Now, you're going to keep your fingers interlaced. Extend your arms forward so your palms, they're facing you. Your shoulders are stacked over the hips. You're going to reach forward, and with roundness in the upper back, your chin will slightly tuck towards the chest. And then lift your head up. Plug your shoulders back into the socket. So you are reaching, now draw them back. We'll take this with the flow of breath. Inhale, reach forward, roundness in spine. And then exhale, plug your shoulders back into sockets. Inhale, round. Exhale, plug back. 2 more times. Inhale and exhale back. 1 more time. Breathe in and breathe out. Go ahead and release the interlaced fingers, shake it out, turn your weight to a side, and swing your legs forward in front of you. Now I'm just going to turn to face away from you so you can see. Right hand is going to come along the spine. Palm is going to face towards the floor. So as you can see, my elbow is pointing out to the side. Now, as you're going to come to lower down, you'll rest onto your hand. And then this left arm can either reach back behind you, or you can place the hand to the back of your head to use as a pillow. There's a slight dip of your chin to the chest. Now, as you lie here on the floor, your eyes opened or partially closed, allow your senses to open to the sounds around you. Feel the touch of air on your skin. The sensations where your body touches the surface that it's resting on. Notice the feeling of letting go into being at ease throughout your entire body and mind. Bring attention to sensations in your jaw. Your mouth, eyes, forehead, bring attention to sensations in your neck. Your shoulders, what you're experiencing, noticing in your right shoulder, arm, your paw, bring attention to sensations in your chest, belly, upper and lower back, pelvis, hips, legs, feet. Come to slide the soles of your feet to the floor. You're going to roll onto your left side. So you'll shift to roll onto your side. You're going to prop your head up, holding your head as you rest onto your left elbow. And with your right arm, dangle it over your head and then wiggle in your fingers. And then place your right hand forward in front of you. Come to sit all the way up as you'll shift yourself to center mat. Your left hand will come behind, palm faces to the floor, elbow pokes out, and then you'll slowly lower all the way down. Right arm extends back, or you're using your hand as a pillow. Your feet, let them splay out to the sides. Soften the skin on your face. I want you to welcome your entire body as a field of sensation. The front and back, your left and right sides, inside and out. Welcome your entire body as a field of sensation. Bring attention to your body breathing. Without changing your breathing in any way, notice your body breathing and the natural flows of sensation in your nostrils, your throat, chest, midsection, your belly. Notice your belly gently rising and expanding as air flows in, and then gently releasing as air flows out. Continue sensing your belly expanding and releasing with each breath. Take 5 breaths. Let's together take a full breath in. The inhale is deep. And then your exhale is slow. Plant your feet to the floor. You're going to roll onto your right side, propping your head up, resting onto the elbow so that you can dangle your left arm over your head and then wiggle in the fingers just to help in the circulation of blood. Now, as you're going to come to roll back onto your back and the center of your mat, bring your knees in line with your hips and scoot your hips and heels close into one another. You might even, with your fingertips, be able to brush your heels. You're going to pick up your right foot and lift your right leg up towards the ceiling, and then bend at the knee and bring your ankle to rest on top of your left thigh bone. Open your arms up to a shape of a T, so palms face down. You're going to keep your right foot flexed, and we're going to maintain this somewhat four. It's like a half pigeon on your back if you're a regular practitioner. We're going to bring the knees, however, over all the way to the left. So as you fall your knees over, you're going to release your left knee, the outer shin, to the ground. And then as well, you'll plant your right foot to the floor. So your right knee should be pointing up towards the ceiling. We're not in twisted roots. We're coming into a shape that's going to stretch your outer hip, your sciatic nerve, and your IT band, but also implementing just a little bit of a supine twist. You'll look over to the right. Now keep your legs just as they are, but come back to resettle your left foot to the floor. You may have to shift your hips back to center. We'll just take a few breaths, opening up the right hip. So options to just keep your leg as is, your ankle on top of your thigh. Option with your right hand to press the knee away from you. Option to bring your left knee into the chest, lift in your shoulders, thread your right arm in that hole opening, left hand to the outer of the thigh, and then release your shoulders down. Some practitioners can bring their fingers to interlace to the shin. You just want to settle your shoulders back down to the ground and slightly tuck your chin in towards your chest. Go ahead and release if you've drawn that knee in. Release your right ankle from being on top of your left thigh bone. Hug your right knee into your chest, interlacing your fingers to your knee or the shin. And then come to plant your right foot to the floor. Now your left leg is going to lift up towards the ceiling. You'll bend at the knee to bring your ankle to rest directly on top of your thigh bone. Arms are going to open up to a shape of a T. Flex your left foot. Together, your knees fall over to the right, positioning your left foot solid to ground, and then you'll look over to your left. Now, in just a bit, we're going to conclude with breath counting. Breath counting helps to strengthen your ability to remain undistracted for as long as a task needs your complete attention. I'm just going to encourage you to stay when we do start with the breath counting, and do so with patience. And go ahead and come through to the center, planting your right foot, shifting your hips to center. Now, this hip might be different, so attentive to the needs of your body, not what your mind's telling you, which is probably going to push you. So, option to stay, option to press the knee away, option to bring your right knee into chest, lift up, and interlace your fingers either behind the thigh or to the shin. Try your best to keep your neck neutral to your spine so that you're not looking behind you. Go ahead and release. Release your ankle from your thigh. Hug your left knee in for a squeeze. And then extend your legs long. And bring your arms out just a bit away from your midline, palms turned to face up. Either your eyes are closed or partially. Now we're just going to count to the number 5, counting breaths from 1 to 5. And it's going to be like this. Inhaling, the belly expanding, 1. Exhaling, the belly releasing, 1. Inhaling, belly expanding, 2. Exhaling, belly releasing, 2. Inhaling, belly expanding for 3. Exhaling, belly releasing, 3. Inhaling, belly expanding, 4. Exhaling, belly releasing, 4. Breathe in, belly expanding for 5. Exhaling, belly releasing for 5. I just want you to stay here for a moment, not thinking, not trying to figure anything out, just simply experience flows of sensation and energy inside of your body. Allow your eyes to slowly open and close several times. Sense the surface that's supporting your body, the feeling of the environment around you, sounds, objects, the sensations of your body, emotions, thoughts, and the feeling of well-being. Feel yourself present, aware of your body breathing, and the sensation of well-being, peace, and ease as you come fully back to your wide awake state of mind and body. Present to this moment, move into a full body stretch. Reach your arms back. Let your thighs come together. And then as you're going to bring your knees in towards your chest, you'll roll to either side, your right side or your left side. And then go ahead and gently press yourself all the way up. Coming back with the palms facing down onto the knees and closing the eyes. Your practice constantly reminds you that everything is worthy of attention. Each breath, the piece of fruit you're eating, conversating with your loved ones, listening to your environment. These things are your life. And if you don't notice them, you won't make contact with the full vividness of life. So as we'll bring our hands to heart, may we all do our best to stay with attention and concentration today. Take a full inhale and an open mouth exhale. From my heart to yours, we'll rest our thumbs to forehead and bow together and say, Namaste. I hope this reset helps remind you to live wholeheartedly in the moments of your life.